Today I thought I'd show you how I made up some hardware for our 1956 DeSoto restoration. There are tubular bushings that help hold on the fiberglass plenum under the dash for the defroster. The heater core was leaking and they were all pretty much rusted out and unusable. We could go around looking for a parts car, but you never really know what you're going to get with a parts car. You might have gone to a lot of trouble just to find more rusty parts. So instead of doing that, we're going to just make something up real quick that'll function perfectly. They don't show, so all this awesome creativity of making up some hardware isn't going to show very much, and nobody will ever know we did it, but they will function perfectly. I do have an original bushing left from a previous parts car, and we had some done up so we were ready, but I don't have enough for this project. What I'm working on is a piece like this right here. It takes a 1/4 inch screw, and this helps to distribute the stress of the hardware holding on the fiberglass onto the firewall of the car. So we're going to make some of these up. The way I'm going to do it is by using a simple 1/4 inch washer and some 1/4 inch brake line, and we'll silver solder these together, and then that will simulate the bushing that we need. Silver solder is very strong, plates well, and is really easy to work. So it's much stronger than just our soft solder that you would be doing electrical work with, or body solder or something like that. So easier to work with than brass, but behaves kind of like a lot like it too. Silver solder requires a flux and comes in a coil of material about like this. I've used some of this, so it's not the full coil, but it's expensive because it's got silver in it, obviously, and we want to be careful with how much we use it. We don't want to just splatter it everywhere and waste it. So we're going to be kind of careful how we do it. The solder goes where the flux is, so we're also going to be careful about where we put the flux, and in doing that we can control where it goes and how much gets consumed. So I'm simply going to take the tube and just put the little tiniest amount of flux on the end of the tube here, and by not getting it crazy all over the place, I'll be able to save how much I do. Just a little bit on there. I'm going to take my silver solder and just nick off the tiniest little bit on the end there and catch that little piece, and then I'm just going to lay it on my washer, and it'll weep around where the flux is as I apply the heat. Alright, I have a nice small J40 torch. Hopefully I'm doing that alright because I don't have anybody monitoring my video. But it's a J40 Victor, and it's a nice little jeweler's torch. I've got my small little piece of silver solder right here, so I don't flick it away. And we're going to light up a neutral flame. Nice soft, no pressure behind it. We don't want to blow the silver solder away. So we're just going to light a little flame like that. I've got my flux loaded. Set that right there where I want it. Go in here. There's an advantage to doing this quickly, since I'm not the guy that goes and gets a pair of gloves. I don't want this heat to travel up the tube. There the flux is wept around where all the where the solder is wept around with flux. I'm going to hang on to it there, let it solidify. And you can see that it's gone all the way around. Do a quick check, and I did pretty good centering it. Quick freeze over here and some water. And there we go. I'm going to go over here and wire brush it quickly. Alright, I'm going to take my original and measure. And cut with some tubing. And when I'm done, I'll have one just like that.